Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Justin with Proficient Trading here, and I want to talk to you guys about getting involved in the stock market. Now, what is the stock market? The stock market is equity market or share market is a collection of buyers and sellers of stocks which represent ownership plans of businesses. These may include securities listed on public stock exchange. So what this basically means is that you can buy and sell a stock, and what a stock is basically a small ownership of a corporation. When you own one share, you're owning like 0.00001%, a very small percentage of the company. You can buy and sell, within the seconds, day, hold on long term, whatever you feel comfortable with. And they do this to raise capital. This is called becoming publicly open. So let's just say you have a company and it's worth $500,000, your restaurant, and you want it to be raised up to $1 million. You need extra $500,000 in capital. So what can you do? You can sell a piece of your company on open on to the public. People can buy a piece of your company, and that's how you raise money. So let's just say, okay, since my company's worth 500,000, I can just say, okay, I'm willing to give up 10% of my company to raise more money, and that's where you're able to open a new restaurant, hire more employees, get more things done, buy more equipment, machines, whatever you need, and this is the way to make money. Now a corporation would not want to give out too much percentage of their company, or else they will lose control, and they can actually get fired from their own company that they started, which has happened many times. Now looking at the chart, when we look at the chart, this is the daily chart over here. You can look at here the seconds up to the month for the ranges. This website I recommend is called tradingview.com. Search it up. You'll be prompted to this page, a home page. You're able to customize which companies you want to set up. So you can see like Apple, AMD, Activision, Amazon. You can have other types of markets like foreign exchange, futures, like commodities or crude oil, gold, whatever you want. But here we'll be talking about stocks, options, and futures mostly. Now, about the stock market. The stock market does not represent the whole economy. So when you hear people like, oh, the stock market is crashing, that doesn't mean the whole economy is crashing necessarily. In order for the economy to crash, well, you would need something more major, like a government bond market to crash, which is more major because the bond market is also controlled by the Federal Reserve and the government borrowing capital, which that's something a little bit more complicated. I don't want to get into that, but let's just start off with the basics of the market. Now, reading a candlestick chart, I can show you here. It's really simple. Reading a candlestick chart. So this is where it opens, and this is where it closes on a bullish. So when you see this, that means it goes up. This is the lowest it's been for the day, week, or month, or minute, wherever you look at. So if you look right here, this would open right here, and it would close right here. Now, this little stick right here. I'll draw it out. This and that. This top one has been the highest it's been for the day, minute, 5 minutes, hour, whatever you're looking at. The bottom wick, as you can see right here, and the other ones, this is the lowest it's been for the day, minute, 5 minutes, hours, whatever you're looking at too. Now the red one is when the prices fall down. You can see right here, it opens at top and closes at the bottom, because if the price is falling, it will be like from $1.50 to $1, so it would be like $1.50 here and then $1. The opposite would be the open, so it would be $1 and then closes at $1.50. Now they push highs and they close here because of this thing called volume. Volume is the amount of people involved in the market. So let's just say we're looking at Apple. Okay, this is the volume right here, the amount of people. So the more people are involved, the more volume you will see right here. So this line's right here, like under the chart. This is the volume moving average. No need to focus on that. It's just the average of people that are involved within the market. When it breaks the volume moving average, you'll see that the more movement there is. Look at the size of the wick, the little ticker symbols right here. I mean the candlestick. When the volume is small, the price is small. The bigger movements, look at the volume. It increases dramatically. Whether it be increasing or decreasing, in this case it's decreasing. And then now the volume has been a little bit consistent of pushing highs, but this is all with Apple right now. It already broke the crash of March this year, 2020. We'll see bigger movement in the future. Now back to the indices. So you'll see it like S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and you will also see the Nasdaq. So the S&P 500 stands for the Standard & Poor's 500. So they'll contain the top 500 companies in the United States. So you'll see like Apple, AMD, Tesla, Google, Amazon, Facebook, whatever. Same thing with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It would be the Dow Jones Industrial Average 30, the top 30 companies in the whole United States. But just doesn't say it, but that's what it contains. Index is something that contains different amount of securities or stocks, whatever you want to call it. So like a book, when you open a book, the index would show all the pages. But in this index, it will show all the stocks that are listed on here, public. The other one is the NDX, the Nasdaq. Nasdaq 100 contains the top 100 companies in the whole United States. There's other ones that are still popular, but not too popular as the three major ones that are moving the stock market. So you'll see like the Russell 2000, Russell 4000, top 4000 companies in the whole United States. But the Nasdaq 100, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the S&P 500 are the big movers. So after you know how to read the candlestick chart, you should know how to read the price action. So let's hide all the volume, hide everything, show you straight up. Alright, you see this pushing high, you see this dropping down low. There's no volume within the index, but there is volume within the stock. An index and a stock are two totally different things. Just like a book and a page are two totally different things, but they have some similarities to each other. Now, there's other stuff you can trade too, like futures. Futures are things that are going to happen in the future. So like actual metals or other stuff like oil, this is a future. Gold is a future because this is a metal. Oil is oil, gold is a metal. You can also see copper. There's different ones. See, like they'll have different dates, like January 2021. So it's just basically telling you the thing that's traded, like the future price that it's gonna be. You can also look at different types of markets, like debt. Like other countries have their own index. So like the Nifty 50, that's for India. That's the top 50 countries. I mean, top 50 companies of India. There's also forex markets like Australian dollar, US dollar, and the Canadian dollar. But that's not what we're going to focus on. So here we'll cover more different topics. So this is called SPY. This is the basically like the S&P 500 as we talked about the index, but you cannot actually buy a share of the S&P 500. You can't buy a share of the index, but you can buy a share of the ETF that is containing the index. So in order to trade this SP 500, we'll have to trade like SPY. You can also trade other ones too, but in this case we'll do SPY. So this watches the S&P 500, and to get involved, if you want to buy a share, it'd be $300. But instead of buying $300, you can buy an option. You can buy like contracts, buy calls, buy puts, sell calls, sell puts, but that's something we'll cover later, which that's one of my favorite things to do. It contains high risk, but it contains a lot of reward if you play it right. You can also lose a lot more with options compared to owning the shares. But overall, we'll help you become a successful trader. In case you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'm starting with my page. This is me, Martinez12178. Recommend you guys also subscribe, as I'm gonna post future videos, future content for you guys to educate you guys. I'm not selling anything because I think the value I should provide should be free. Alright, thank you. Have a good day.